public hearing PSU 110001. And at this time, I would like to have our legal representative, Mr. Scales, explain the nature of the request at this time.
Good evening, I'm Jim Scales. I'm Costa Township's attorney. We're here tonight to hear public comment.
You got a microphone in the middle if you want.
We are here tonight to hear public comment and consider an application for what's defined by the zoning ordinance as a sexually oriented business. Under the township zoning ordinance, businesses like this are permitted in the highway interchange district where this use is located with what is known as special land use approval. In the ordinance, there are specific standards for this type of business concerning layout of the interior or the exterior, distance from other buildings, and similar specific requirements, as well as some general requirements for special land uses. And so we're here to hear from the applicant tonight first. They will explain their application. It will then be opened up to public hearing. Now again, this is a use that's provided for in the zoning ordinance. Under Michigan law, the township has to make a reasonable accommodation for all sorts of lawful uses, and this is considered to be a lawful use.
My name is Gerald Westgate. I'm here on behalf of the property owner and the applicants who are seated over here with me. First off, as Jim did mention, that this is approved in the Highway Interchange District, and the location of the proposed use is in the Highway Interchange District in the old Ruddy Ducks building. Most of you are from the area and you're familiar with where that is. It's not within 300 feet of a church, synagogue, place of worship, park, playground, school building, licensed daycare, or residential building. The nearest residential building is roughly 460 feet away, sufficing that requirement. The next part of the ordinance says signs. The proposed sign does not depict or refer to any specified anatomical area or specified sexual activity. While there is an image of a woman on there, we do not believe that it is inappropriate in nature. And if the board does feel that way, we have a secondary sign without the women on there that we would be willing to use. Lighting, the parking lot will be lit from dusk until closing time as required, and in accordance with all illumination requirements. This is both interior and exterior. The exterior structure requirements, all of them will be met. No merchandise or activity will be visible from outdoors. I previously talked about the sign. The exterior of the building is a tan neutral color as the ordinance requires. Interior requirement. The manager's stations do have an unobstructed view of every area patrons will be permitted inside the premise. Additionally, the manager's station is 47 square feet, well above the 32 square foot requirement. Excuse me. The hours of operation, they will not open before 10 a.m. and they will close by 2 a.m. each day, as is required. Pending approval of the transfer of a liquor license, liquor will be approved or will be consumed on the premise, but that is subject to Michigan Liquor Control Commission approval. Well, because of the foregoing and the application that we have submitted, we feel that the special use application should be approved, and the sexually oriented business should be allowed to operate in the proposed premise.
I guess I just would like to say that I'm strongly opposed to this. I think we represent a lot of other families as well that weren't able to make it tonight. So I understand that it might meet certain guidelines and whatnot, but I think it's about the principle of the matter and the danger for the community. My wife taught at a school that was, fairly close to one of these establishments, and she'd never seen such perversity in the children in that school. So we're very concerned about this, and just appreciate you, taking that into consideration.
I live across the street here on Heights Circle Drive, 19785. I work at Ferris State University. I'm exposed to college students every night. I do custodial work, but I see them around. Like she said, I believe that that's one of the most important things. Is we don't need to include that element in our community. We don't need to have them. They're already confused enough and running full of hormones that their sexual drive is, if they really feel that they have to expose themselves to this sort of thing, they can go down to Grand Rapids for that. We don't need this in our community. I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old daughter. Every time I get on the freeway there, the gentleman says that their sign meets the requirements other than a naked lady or something like that. Well, I'm sorry, I don't want to explain to my 6-year-old or my 3-year-old why there's a business with a naked lady on the sign. I don't know about you, but I just don't want to explain that to them. So I'm hoping that you guys will take the consideration of, it's obvious that the community does not want this. And it's obvious that there's some things that may be able to say, let's not do this.
First, above all, my first objection to this, first of all, from a Christian attitude, this is an abomination in the eyes of the Lord. And for that reason, I'm totally against it. I have no wish, like for other speakers said, I have no wish to explain any of that such sign to my children as to why it should be there. It shouldn't be. I feel that operations of this kind are downgrading the whole country. And it will be not be up. It's down. Everything's down when you consider putting in business of this order. I have no, and it does. I feel it does. There's a certain amount of danger. Now, I don't really know how to express myself fully, but I feel there is a certain amount of, I don't hardly know how to express myself properly, but I feel there is. Of being, I guess you could say, the community could become contaminated because of such an operation.
I live about less than a mile and a half from where the establishment is being recommended to be put in. I thank the gentleman that just spoke in front of me. I appreciate his views. It is an abomination to the Lord. And I really do think it will bring down property values. I didn't move into this community to have this close to my family. I also have 2 little girls. I think I like the family businesses that we have. I think of Eric's family business that he's developed, it's not going to sell any more of his business. It's not going to bring in the kind of people that we really want in this community.
Moved to the area in '84 from Ohio, and we enjoy the area. It's a good area to be, but a business like this is, like Chris said, it's not biblical. I think it'll tear the community down. We've got young people that go by there, and their school children go by there. And with a business like that, it's hard to say what they'll come up with. We don't want our young folks at all in connection. I don't know much about this. I just heard about it the other day. I saw a little bit in the paper. I'm very much against it. As a spokesman for the whole community, I don't think there's one of our people that even want it. It's not biblical. It's not what we want. We've got 12 children. There's 2 at home yet. And I don't know the word. I am shocked to hear that something like this might be going to our area, which we thought was a clean. When we came to the area, we looked for churches, we looked for God-fearing people, and there's quite a few people like that. This will tear it down if we allow it to come in. I very much wish that you consider the wishes of the Amish church that we do not want something like this in our area.
I agree with what everybody has said so far. My issues are a little bit different, but I do agree with what they said. My concern is the traffic that's gonna be parking on the road out in front of my house, which I'm thinking is gonna be semis. I've already got issues with it. I've already been to the township about it more than once before this all even started. I believe it's gonna create more traffic hazard out there. I believe it's gonna bring in prostitution, and I believe it's gonna bring in drug dealing, and I believe it's gonna be in my neighborhood. And if it doesn't decrease the value of my property, I'm willing to sell. Anybody's interested, I'll sell, because I don't like it there, and I think this is gonna make it worse.
I have 6 kids, 14 grandkids, and I don't want one of them buy that property. How do you explain to a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, I don't care how old they are. And it isn't just your daughter I'm concerned with, I'm concerned about your wives, because it attracts those people too. And like it or not, you know, there's a lot of support for keeping them out, and I'm for one of them. Thank you.
A titty bar? Are you even kidding me? I'm so disgusted right now. And if you think that's gross, I really hate to, you know, be uncouth because everybody's just been so nice about it. It's disgusting. I can't even believe that we're sitting here talking about it just like all the rest of the people. I can't believe that you guys, I'm just, shame on you. Shame on you, 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 shame on you. These are the property owners. These are renters, leasing people coming in, bringing this crap to our community. I'm just, so upset. It just grosses me out. We're having deviants, sexual deviants who are going to be coming in, perverts. Who's coming? Gross people from Grand Rapids. The people, it's just, sorry, I'm just not very eloquent.
I'm not very politically correct, so bear with me, okay? My first comment from our teenagers is, really? Really? We are here having this discussion about this subject in our community. You've got to be kidding. All the legal mumbo jumbo, fine, I understand. Thank you, sir, for your legal interpretation and the presentation of the owners. Very nice. Okay? But you know, you can dress up a cow, you can paint a cow, whatever you want, but in the end, it's still a cow. We're not concerned about what the building looks like and how many lights are on there. My God, it's what's going on inside is what we're dealing with here. Let's be real about it. You guys fight and fight for years over a bottling water company coming into this town and then try to slip this behind our backs. This is nothing but pornography. It is cold, hard porn. You want to trade money for morals? That's what we're talking about. We need some jobs in this state, in this community, not this jobs. Okay, in our opportunity, you serve the public. We have an opportunity sometimes in our lifetime when you serve the public to do the right thing, to step up and do the right thing. I'm asking this commission, take this opportunity to champion this community and do the right thing for the right reasons.